Ladies, what's up? How's it going? Happy Monday, happy Mindset Monday. I'm gonna wait, as always, wait a good minute or so just to see if a few people hop on. And then once we have some people on my hashtag live squad, I will go ahead and dive into today's content, which is gonna be very exciting. This is something that really genuinely excites me and I love learning about, I love seeing, I love talking to people about, I love explaining to people. It's something that gets me going. So hopefully someone will pop on for my live squad. If not, when you're watching back on replay, go ahead and comment hashtag replay squad, and if you're hopping on, comment hashtag live squad. So hopefully someone's gonna hop on here while I wait just another minute. Just a reminder that I do coach women one-on-one. If you are working on health goals right now, you do not necessarily have to be one of my in-person clients. I understand that not everybody lives in New York City, so I do train women online one-on-one, mostly women looking to create more consistent habits. You know what you need to be doing, but you just can't stay consistent. You know you need to work on your mindset. Women that are looking for consistency and looking for body composition change and just to really create a foundation for a lifestyle change. So I do work with women one-on-one. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive into today's content, which is body composition. And I'm going to be walking you through, basically, I'm going to use one of my clients. Her name is Katie. She's phenomenal. I love her so much. I have been training with Katie for about a year now. She's an amazing client. She has seen amazing results. So I'm going to walk through her body compositions so you can see them. The first one we did was on October 23rd. So we're almost to our year anniversary. The first body composition that we did was October 23rd, and then this one is a recent one. So typically when women come to me and I have them do body composition, I just do it because I think it's some people are into weighing every single day or once a week or very frequently because they think it helps them with consistency, or just because sometimes it can be obsessive, or, whatever the nature is. Some people weigh in once a month. I have my clients weighing in once a week. Not really necessary to do more than that. And then I also have clients that don't use the scale at all. But this particular client is open to using the scale. So typically when women come to me and they're open to using scales for measuring their progress, I will walk through this body composition with them and kind of explain what things are and explain what needs to shift for these things. What needs to shift in your body composition for your particular goals? Because the shifts that are going to happen for some people aren't necessarily what other people might want to see happen in their shifts. So when Katie came to me at first, and this, overall, I'll go through her stats at the end. So when Katie came to me, she was 138.2 pounds. And Katie just kind of said, she was an athlete growing up, and she was like, I don't have the mo anymore. I'm not working out. I know I should be. Sometimes I'll go weeks without doing it. Sometimes I'll go weeks where it's great. I get in a few times to the gym. She was like, I'm just kind of eating a bunch of crap. I'm not planning ahead. I'm not prepping my meals. I'm not thinking about taking snacks and lunch from home for her. She works at a desk job, and she's just ordering takeout every night. And she just kind of got into a rut of that. And at 138 for her height, she's 5'10", so at 138, she wasn't necessarily big for somebody else to see if she's clothed. She doesn't look big at all, but she was what we like to call skinny fat, and we call her skinny fat all the time, but in good measures. So when she first came to me, her net weight was 135. So this is gonna be I'm assuming you guys are not gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna walk you through. Hello, super close to my face. I'm gonna walk you through total body water, dry lean mass, body fat mass, lean body mass, body this is net weight, so that's the only one I've done so far. Her net weight, we all know what net weight is. You stand on a scale, it says you weigh 138 pounds. And then skeletal muscle mass, body fat mass, and then body fat percent. And then I guess we can go through BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. But we will kind of work through these and what these mean. So your net weight, that 138 pounds for her net weight right there. Also, this is going to be backwards, isn't it? Her net weight at 138 pounds, right? Of that net, because clearly your body is made of lots and lots of different things. So of that, 70 pounds, 70.8 pounds was just pure water. Now that water is the water that is in your tissues, in your muscle tissues, in your cells. That is the water of your whole body. And she had about 70 pounds of water in her body of 138. The next number is your body fat mass. Well, I like to skip down ahead. So her body fat mass, when she first came to me last October, was 41.4 pounds. So 41 pounds of body fat, which is why we called her skinny fat. 41 pounds of body fat. And so that's just basically straight fat, right? Nothing else. And then her dry lean mass, this is why I'm going to explain some of these, because some of these might not make sense to you guys, to you ladies. Dry lean mass, her dry lean mass was 28 pounds. Basically, that means, so if you take her net of 138 and you take out 70 pounds of water, no more body water, and then you take out 41 pounds of her body fat, so you suck down the fat, so you have dried and fatless. That is what's left. So it's your dehydrated bone density, tissue density, all of that. And so, and then I'll do lean body mass. So lean body mass, her lean body mass was 96.8 pounds. And at 96.8 pounds, that's basically saying your body water and your dry lean mass combined. So you take everything that's dry, you take your water, keep those together, but you take out the body fat. So your lean body mass is literally the weight of your body with no fat on it at all. So Katie's weight of her body with no body fat at all was 96.8 pounds. So now I'm going to talk through someone that is looking to change their body composition. When you say, I want to tone, I want to be more toned, I just want to put it into context that when you say you want to tone, you're basically saying you want to increase your lean body mass. Yes, you're going to be decreasing your body fat mass, but you are going to see an increase in your lean body mass because you're going to be retaining more water, which is what it's made of. You're going to be retaining more water with more muscles. You're building up tissue, so again, you're retaining more water, and you're going to see an increase in your dry lean mass. So with this net weight, again, we're going to this is why I'm doing this. So her net weight, yes, she wanted to tone up, but this weight, this number of 138 doesn't really matter. Lean body mass, again, we're going to see her lean body mass with a goal of losing weight and toning and just kind of getting healthier. We're going to see her lean body mass at 98 pounds go up, right? 'Cause she's gaining more total body water, which will go up, and more dry lean mass, which will go up as you build more tissue in your muscles. And her body fat mass, of course, will go down because essentially we are replacing lean body mass with from body fat mass. Lean body mass goes up, body fat mass goes down for toning. And I know everybody wants to tone, right? We just want to tone and lean. So, next category, we're going to look at her body composition analysis, which is this section right here. So body composition analysis, this also gives a category that, this blue category, this takes into consideration, so this is using an InBody. You can get these done at your gym if your gym has one, if you work with a trainer. I mean, I do this monthly with my in-person clients. You can get it done at a gym, working with a trainer. You can get it done by a health professional. In person, it would probably, if anybody's in New York City, I'm happy to sneak you upstairs and do this for you. But what was I going to say? It'll cost you $70, $80, $90, $100 to get this done. But it's kind of cool because maybe you do it now and then you work on your health goals until the holidays and then you get on again. And it's not something you have to do all the time because you're looking for big trends. But yeah, you can have a healthcare professional do it, or if you work with a trainer that has access to one, like, well, depends, $70 to $100 to go see a doctor for this. Okay, so back to this. So the category here, this blue category, this is taking into consideration the norms for Katie, who is a female. She's 30 years old. She's 31 now. Who's 30 years old, 5'10". So it's not like it's going to tell you the norms and relate someone that's 4'9" and 60. And it's not going to take a male who's 6'3" and 28, right? It's just going to take the norms for a female age 30, 5'10". Yeah, Brooke, what's up, girl? Hey, girl. I am talking about body composition. You've missed an explanation of total body, water, dry, lean mass, body fat mass, lean body mass, and weight so far. But it's okay. You can watch back on replay squad. Happy to have you on here, Brooke. Brooke is one of my clients. She's absolutely incredible. And I get to brag about her because she's great. So we are down in this category now. So her norms, typically women with the tone, you want to see more like more of a toned look, lose body fat, gain lean muscle. You will typically see your net, like for her net weight was in the normal range, but her skeletal muscle mass was under for her age, height, and gender, and her body fat mass, it was almost, you can see here, almost over, but not, oh, I wish this was like legible. Almost over. For most people, though, with body composition change goals that are coming with some serious also weight loss goals, you'll see this body fat mass over that normal category. So basically what we want to see happen is that net, depending on how much weight you want to lose, that net might come down into your normal with your goals, or if you have an ideal body weight that you would like to get to, that typically will see it go down a little bit. But again, that's why it doesn't really matter, because at the end of this, I'm going to blow your mind with her stats, why her net does not matter. And then typically you'll see skeletal muscle mass either be under or within the normal range. And then again, typically you'll see body fat mass over. So you want to shift the skeletal muscle mass up and body fat mass down. That's what leaning and toning is. Shifting skeletal muscle mass up. And again, all those other variables I talked about will adjust as well. And your body fat mass will go down for your goals. And with that being said, I just wanted to kind of, again, we talked about what body fat mass actually is, but I'll give a definition for your skeletal muscle mass so that you can understand the difference between your skeletal muscle mass and the lean body mass. The lean body mass, we had said, is a combination of your body weight without any fat. So it has your dry lean mass and your body water. That's what makes up your lean body mass. So basically your body without any fat on it. And then the difference between your skeletal muscle mass is your skeletal muscle mass is the weight. This is why women are always scared of seeing this number go up. But like, again, I'll blow you with her stats at the end. But it's okay to gain skeletal muscle mass without looking huge. I promise you. If you knew Katie, like she's not, I mean, she's toned now, but she's not like big and beefy. So your skeletal muscle mass is the weight of the actual bones that attach to the ligaments, right? And at the joints. So it's your bicep, it's your glutes, it's your calves, it's your abdominals, like all of that are what make up your skeletal muscle mass. And again, that's a number you'd want to see go up. And then, so I was going to break those down. And then if you ever get one of these, it also has segmental lean analysis. I'm not going to spend too much time breaking down segmental lean analysis, but this is really helpful for seeing like, okay, what imbalances are we working with? Like, is your right side a lot stronger than your right? Is it heavier with more lean mass because you use your right arm a lot more? Or maybe you carry your kid on your left side, or maybe you've had an injury, and those sorts of things, just imbalances you can pick up on with the segmental lean analysis part, but I'm not going to dive too much into that. And then basal metabolic rate, I was going to touch base on as well. This number here, hers was about 1,310. We'll call it 1,310. That's basically saying And Brooke, you probably know a lot of this stuff already. Brooke's a nurse, so she kind of gets some of this. But hang on, because I'm almost done anyway. So your basal metabolic rate, basically we burn calories in 3 different ways. We burn calories when we move and groove, through when we work out, when we walk, when we dance, party, when we celebrate, when we drink tea. We are burning calories, right? And then we also burn, so that's your energy expenditure. You burn calories through the thermic effect of food. So the breakdown and usage of food as energy actually burns calories in you as well. And then metabolically, when you, like, if I literally just sat in this, on the bed for 24 hours and I didn't move, I'm still going to burn calories because there's still stuff churning and burning in here. So your basal metabolic rate is the rate at which you need to keep up your functions, to keep up your focus, to keep up your energy levels. And then obviously, like, you can take that BMR and play around with calorie deficit, calorie surplus, stuff like that. But just knowing your BMR is the number that you need to maintain, and that you need to keep your energy levels up and keep everything productive and happy in there. And then with that being said, your BMR, going back to everything else, as you see an increase in your dry lean mass, as you see an increase in your lean body mass, as you see an increase in your skeletal muscle mass, this BMR will typically go up. It's not going to be anything massively drastic unless you're like really packing on muscle. But for Katie, I mean, hers went up. It went up by about 70 calories, which again, it's nothing drastic, but her goals weren't necessarily to build a ton of muscle, just to get a little bit stronger and get more in shape. So now that we've broken that down, and then it also will recommend what it suggests for you to adjust. I don't really like to pay too much attention to these because, yeah, I don't think a machine should be able to tell you that. I mean, it can, but some people get a little emotional about it. So that is the breakdown of a body composition. That is the breakdown of someone looking to lose weight and get more lean. That's the things that need to happen, in which direction they need to go. So fast forward ahead to a more, it's not that recent. So this was like 2 months ago. It was her most recent. So we can see all of those changes happened in the way that they were supposed to. So and I'll give you the actual breakdown because I know you ladies can't read this, but we saw a decrease in her net weight from 138 to 130. We saw a increase of her lean body mass from 96 to 102. An increase of her total body water from 70 pounds to about 75 pounds. So she's carrying about 5 more pounds of water onto her because her skeletal muscle mass went up from 53 to about 57 pounds. Her body fat, I didn't even talk about body fat percent. Oops. Body fat, dry lean mass went up about 1.5 pounds. Her body fat mass, this is why I say, this is the most important one on this. This is why I wanted to do this video, to point out that the net number on the scale does not matter so much as the breakdown of what your body is made of. I get having goals and I get having a set number that you want to hit, but at the same time, don't neglect other physical changes that might be happening in your body. Because if you're saying like, shit, I'm still 138, I'm still 138, I'm still 138, or whatever your number is and whatever your goal is, and if you want to get to 130, that's why it's so important to look at stuff like this, because perhaps you actually have gained maybe, let's call it 4 pounds of muscle, 2 pounds of water, and you've lost 7 pounds. You wouldn't know that by just looking at your net. So give yourself grace with those other changes and know that other changes are happening. Even if you don't have access to this, that's why I have my clients taking weekly pictures, because that way you can start to see, because not everybody has this at home. You can, on a side note, you can get a body composition scale for your home. Just know that what you all would probably want to be spending on one is a little bit inaccurate. You can do ones that you just stand on, so you hop on like a normal scale, but it's really only going to be accurate about hips down. So it'll be an accurate reading for body fat percent for your lower body. So perhaps if you do carry a lot of your weight in your lower body, maybe this is something worth investing in. And then they also have handhelds that you can hold like this. It looks like a little Game Boy, play box, whatever the kids are playing these days. You hold it like that, but that one is really only accurate waist up. The one that I have access to at the gym that I work at, we have one that you stand on and grip. So it's full body. And if you're ever doing one of these, you want to try and keep it consistent every single time you do it. Let's just say you were inspired by this to go buy a step-on scale that can read your body composition. Make sure, this one is super important, ladies. Make sure that every time you weigh in, you are weighing in at the same time of day with your body in the same state. So for example, keeping it consistent when you empty stomach, completely empty stomach, or after a meal, before a workout, after a good night's sleep, after a terrible night's sleep. Just keep those variables accurate so you're getting a consistent reading. Because my body, I don't know what happens to my body when I work out, but everything tends to be shifted more in the direction that I want it to be right after a workout, and especially after a fasted workout. I could literally take a reading and my body fat mass, my body fat percent could be 24% before, if I did it with a heavy belly and not working out. If I worked out on a fasted stomach and then weighed in, it's going to be 20 to 19% body fat for me. So just keeping those variables consistent. So back to this. The main point of this all was because I wanted to be able to show you that her net went from 138 pounds to 130 pounds. That's only an 8-pound loss. Someone might look at that and be like, shit, I wanted to lose 13 pounds, but I only lost 8 and get frustrated. But when in reality, she lost, I think what's her net is 13 and a half pounds of body fat. So the scale says 138 to 130. Her body fat mass measured 41 pounds, 41.5 pounds to on a little bit long now. That's my reminder to stop talking, Jackie. So she lost 13 and a half pounds of body fat, even though her net only said 8, and that is incredible and that is empowering. And for her to say, after all of that work, I only lost 8 pounds. That's bullshit, bitch. You lost essentially 13 pounds because you lost 13 pounds of fat. You shredded 13 pounds of fat from your body. And then I'm just going to kind of walk through real quick. I have her numbers written down just to kind of go through those so you guys can see what happened. So again, her net went down 8 pounds. Her lean body mass, again, I said that number, and when I explained it, that number you want to see go up. Her lean body mass went up 5.5 pounds because you want to replace your fat mass with lean body mass. So her lean body mass went up 5.5 pounds. Her body water, she gained 4 pounds of water just because her muscles are retaining that water more. Her dry lean mass, so the weight of her tissues and all of that stuff, her tissues and her bones and everything, went up 1.4 pounds. Her body fat mass, again, down 13.4. Her skeletal muscle mass, she gained about 4 pounds of muscle, which is also in line with that body water going up of about 4 pounds. And her body fat percent, I know I didn't explain this very well overall. I do not look at BMI, your body mass index. I'm like, what is BMI? I do not look at BMI for my clients. BMI is so dumb. It is so outdated. When we have technology that can do this for us, your BMI is bullshit, because your BMI is just going to say, it's going to tell anybody who has a lot of muscle that they're obese or overweight. It's going to tell any bodybuilder that they're obese and they're overweight. Newsflash, they're not obese or overweight. They're extremely healthy. Because it only takes into consideration your height and your weight. Height, weight, that's it. Nothing else. So although this does give BMI, and it told her BMI went from 19.8, which is not overweight or obese, to 18.7, which again is not obese or overweight. The more incredible number is that her body fat percent, so the percent of body fat, so the percent of her overall weight that is fat, went from being 30% fat to 21.5%. So she lost 8.5% of her overall body fat. So, Brooke, I'm going to ask you if you have any questions about that. I know you missed the first probably 10 minutes, which is okay. It was just a breakdown of what some of those things mean, of what some vocab lessons. So Brooke, let me know if you have questions while you're on here. Thanks so much for hopping on, babe. And then if you are on Replay Squad, please let me know if you have questions. I freaking love this stuff. Clearly, I love body comp. I love learning about body comp. I love explaining it to women. I love helping women work through it to see, again, why the net doesn't always matter. So hopefully this was helpful. Brooke, thanks for hopping on again. If anybody watches this back and has questions, comment them on here. I'm sure other people have them, or shoot me a message. I am excited to talk to you. And again, like I said at the beginning, I do work with women one-on-one to work on some of this stuff. So if you are interested in potentially hiring a coach or a trainer, let's connect and let's chat and see if it's a good fit. All right, ladies, have a great Monday. Peace, love, gains, and have a great day. Bye.